Hello everyone, welcome to my garden in Illinois on 6A. Today I'm going to be planting this clematis. It's a Nelly Moser and it's a group B or group 2. Sometimes it's group 2, sometimes it's a group, but this is a group B. So what it means is it's going to bloom for me in spring and then again in late summer, early fall. It's gonna need 6+ hours of full sun, but I'm gonna plant it about 2 to 3 inches deep from the plant itself, because clematis, they want full sun, but the roots, they want a little bit of protection, some shade. So that's why I have some plants already planted in front of them so it can shade the roots a little bit. And I'm gonna plant it deep also, like 2 to 3 inches. And I'm gonna dig a hole 2 times wider than the plant, and I'm gonna add plant tone and rose tone, about 1 or 2 tablespoons, you know. And I don't measure it with my hand. And then you're gonna wanna do some, add some perlite or pea gravel for good drainage. Clematis, they don't like to have the roots wet, so they need really good drainage. And this clematis, the Nelly Moser, is hardy down to zone USDA zones 3. And how I'm gonna prune this? I'm gonna prune it a light prune in the spring, just, you know, cutting off the dead wood, anything that looks not good, just cleaning it up and pruning a little bit, because it's gonna flower bloom for me in the spring. And then when it blooms its first flush, I'm gonna do another light pruning, and then every other year I'm gonna do a hard prune on it, so it can just rejuvenate and do new growth. Because this type of clematis, it's the group 2. It grows on new wood and old wood, so that's why it's going to give me 2 flushes, one in the spring and one in late summer. And then I'm also going to be pruning my pink chiffon. What is this called? Pink chiffon rose of Sharon. Okay, and I'm just gonna clean it up. All the things that are rubbing, crossing, and I'm gonna shape it because I have hardy hibiscus flanking it on each side, and so I want to have strong flush and flowers on the top, but not so many on the bottom and on the sides, so the sun can get to the hardy hibiscus. Okay, let's get to it. And sorry for the lighting, it's cloudy. It says it's supposed to be high 57, but it feels chilly to me, and that's why I'm wearing this. It's mid-May, and you know, here in Illinois, we still have to, you know, cover up because it's chilly out here for me. Okay, so this is where I'm gonna plant it, right here. And I thought I had more room, so I'm not gonna make the hole as wide as it needs to be, but it should be okay. And then I have another clematis here growing. I don't remember what type of clematis it is. The chipmunks or the rabbits, they munched it all the way down, and I have never seen it flower. So it came back, and hopefully they'll leave it alone this time. But as you could see, I had to cover it with wire mesh, my rose, my Don Juan climbing rose, because they were like really munching on it. And they had munched on this one, because usually all my clematis come up in the spring, and this one is just coming up right now. So we'll see. If not, I'm gonna have to put mesh on all this, on all the clematis all around, on all this spot. Okay, let's dig this hole. Okay, so it's 2 inches deep in the hole, and that's where it's gonna be. Okay, and I'm gonna be adding the amendments right now. Okay, so I'm gonna be putting in of the rose tone from Espuma, about 2 tablespoons in the hole. And 2 tablespoons of the plant tone from Espuma. And some perlite for drainage. About a cup. And these tabs, you pull the tabs out and up to release it from the pot. I'm going to be planting it with the trellis that it came in directly on my trellis that I have here on the pets. Okay, let's go. And now I'm adding water in the hole. That's good. And so you want to plant your clematis a little bit leaning towards where you're gonna trail it on the trellis, so it's easier. So what I used here, I have some wire. Now I'm going to add some of my homemade compost around it on the top. And I'll water it again on this. Around your plant. Okay, that's good. Okay, so here it is, all planted up. The Nelly Moser Clematis Group 2. Right there. Oh, I love the color. And that's going to give me a nice show in the spring, and then again late summer. And then with my climbing Don Juan rose, which is like deep velvety red petals, and my group 3 Jackamani Clematis, and it's a dark purple. And that's gonna look, can't wait to see how it's all the colors together, how they're gonna look. And then that other one that's coming up, I have another clematis. I guess it's gonna be a surprise for all of us because I don't remember what I planted there. You know me, I'm not so good with my labels, and then my memory, I forget. But yes, hope it's gonna give us a nice surprise when it comes up. Okay, now how does that look? See? Beautiful. Wow, that's a really nice bright color. Oh, nice. Okay, now let's get to prune this Rosa Sharon pink chiffon. I do love this shrub. It gives me such a good show. Very beautiful pink flowers, and it's like it looks like a rose. It doesn't look like your regular Rosa Sharon. It's the pink chiffon. Oh, it looks beautiful. Everybody always like asks me, like, what is this? It's so nice, and it blooms. It blooms later in the season, but it gives me a very beautiful bloom season all the way into September, way past September. So that's why I recommend, if you're gonna get a Rosa Sharon, if you're thinking the pink chiffon or any chiffon series, but I particularly like the pink one, it's worth it because it gives you color and blooms when like everything else is, you know, dwindling down in the garden. This always is a showstopper for me. Okay, let's get to pruning. Okay, so I'm gonna prune this right here, and some of these, and just a little bit from the top, the ones that are crossing. So clean it up a little bit. This. Okay, so I'm done. I finished pruning it. The Rosa Sharon pink chiffon. I cut everything from the bottom because I don't want nothing to intrude this walkway here. And then my hardy hibiscus right there. I don't want nothing shading it because they need full sun. And then over here too on this side. How I cut up everything so it won't shade this hardy hibiscus on this side. And so then I'll just clean up. Look at all the things, and even got some weeds out of there. And this is how it looks. There. Okay, it's all ready to start growing and giving me a nice flush in late summer. Thanks for joining me today in the garden. Happy gardening. See you next time.